rolling. You're gonna heel hook me, so give me an ashy. Either leg. So we're an ashy. Okay, so we're gonna do the heel hook counters and escapes today. Remember, just like with the straight ankle lock, there are stalls that you could do. So the first stall that we learned earlier in the week was just hiding your heels. So if he doesn't have a bite on my heel yet, right, I can come up off my butt, pushing my leg into him and turning my heel into his body and curling my leg, right, doing like a leg curl, trying to curl my heel to my butt. All of those things are gonna help me hide my heel, okay, which is what I want. And then once we get that done, once we have the heel hid, it's just our normal escape that we learned from Ashley Garana, okay? But that's assuming he doesn't hook our heel, okay? If he hooks the heel, but he hasn't fully torqued it yet, I'm not completely in danger. I can still pop my heel out by using this Ballerina Toe Method, but you gotta be careful doing this. You don't wanna pop your own knee. So let's say he gets a bite. Okay, yeah, so now he's got the bite, right? You feel it instantly. But basically, he's now been able to hook his forearm over my heel, okay? For the heel hook to work, there's 2 points of control on my foot that he needs. My toes into his armpit, and my heel hooked behind his forearm, okay? For the heel hook to work, it's the opposite kind of than for the ankle lock, right? He wants my foot in this position because it allows him to get a good bite on the toes and then hook the heel with his forearm. Conversely, if I have my foot pointed like a ballerina, it's harder for him to hook that heel. It's harder for him to maintain control in his armpit, okay? So if I feel that he's coming and he's getting that good bite, like, okay, he's now found my heel, hiding my heel is no longer working. I need to now extricate my heel from that forearm. So this is perfect right here. So he hasn't locked his hands yet, he hasn't rolled over with it yet, but he's got the bite, okay? So let's sit up a little just so they can see. So what I wanna do now is I wanna point my toe as hard as I can out, like a ballerina, straighten my foot as much as I can, and internally rotate my heel, okay? Like that. See what happened there? It just popped it off his forearm. So picking my butt up, okay, to give myself some leverage here. I'm gonna point my toe as hard as I can, and that right there, just feel a little difference on your forearm. That's 1/4 of an inch, but that's usually enough to let me do that. And then I go back to my heel hiding game. Now he has to fish for it again. Hopefully I have time at this point to do my escape, okay? So we're gonna practice that today, okay? So it's like the next stall beyond just hiding your heel, right? He's now locked it in, he's about to grip it and start ripping it, right? So I gotta do the Ballerina Toe Method. I get up on my hand, get my butt off the mat, point my toe as hard as I can, and internally rotate my heel. Okay, it popped off his forearm. You probably can't see it, but it just popped off his forearm. That's gonna give me another 1/2 second while he now goes and looks for it again to peel the foot and start doing my escape. So that's the first thing we're gonna practice. The second thing we're gonna practice is what if he gets the heel, he locks his hands, okay, and starts rotating it. How do we get out there, okay? That's called a running man escape. We're gonna go through it, but you guys gotta be just real careful doing all of these escapes, okay? If you don't do it right, the running man escape, you shred your own knee, okay? So the key to that escape is making sure my knee is out of the lock. Just like with an arm bar, when your arm's extended, if you can get your arm past the pivot point, past the lock, he can extend it all he wants. There's no lock, there's no submission there. Same thing here, okay? If I can get my knee past his knee line, okay, then there's no heel hook there, right? So to do that, we're going to be pushing on this foot right here, okay? So he's gonna be, let's lift it up a little bit. He has it locked in, okay? Yeah. So we're here, all right? Very dangerous situation for me. I wanna be up, okay? And I wanna peel the foot that he has on my heel, just like when we were doing the other escape. I wanna peel that off, okay? This is, the pinch here is what's stabilizing this part of my leg so that when he externally rotates it, that creates the submission, okay? But if I could peel this off, okay, now it's not locked, this part isn't locked into place, okay? Then I wanna get my knee to the mat, okay? I wanna try to get my knee down. It doesn't have to actually touch the mat, but I wanna be able to get it pointed towards the mat. I wanna be able to see the back of my leg. Now once I get to here, there's 2 ways to get out, okay? First of all, I gotta make sure that I don't let him to bring this back around. So here, right? I can either take my foot here and kick him in the butt and use it to pull my leg out, or I can just keep, once I get this cleared, I can keep spinning and kind of just corkscrew my way out, okay? Either way is fine. But you can't do either of those until you get your knee out of that knee line. If you try to do it before your knee's out of that, you're gonna need a wheelchair. You're gonna need some real bad PP. Okay, so again, he now has it locked in. I feel the pressure. The pressure will tell you which way to go. Don't spin into the lock, okay? Once he has his hands locked, don't spin into the lock, you want to spin away from the lock. But just a real quick reminder, once he gets here, we can still do the ballerina toe thing, okay? Hand fight, right? Pull, and then once you get this grip, come up, point your toe, all right? That's fine. Just because he gets it locked in, you got to beat him to the punch, okay? Because once he gets here, it's just pitch and sit back, and there's the submission. So if we come here and he's coming up and I know he's going to do that, okay, break that lock. Now we're back to square one, right? Now we're just running that same game for the Ashigarami escape. But if he gets it in, let's say he has it locked, he rotates me up, he's pushing me away, I can't reach it, okay, now I gotta do something else. Okay, so I'm coming here, pushing this, right, coming up, all right, getting my knee down, and either using this foot to pull this out, or just rotate with the lock, not against the lock. Corkscrew my foot out of it. Okay.
And only rotate once you get the knee. Which part are you talking about?
So this right here, put me in the Ashi. So see how his knee line is above my knee line? If I can get my knee, even from this position, if I can get this peeled off down to here, no lock, right? If I can get this down to here, I can get out. But if I'm here, I can't get out, right? So from this perspective, when we're coming here and he's rotating me this way, right? I get this to here, okay, and you can already see like his ability to keep me in place is no longer there, right? So we're here, up here, right? And I can either push, pull, okay, or just corkscrew my way out, okay? So you got to make sure that you get this, you peel the foot off first, all right? You want to see it? Yeah. Brooks, can you come heel hook me? This gets me in the Ashi, so just to run through the two things we're doing. So first thing, he gets a bite, okay? If I want to do the ballerina toe, I got to come up, break the lock, okay? Point my toes, turn my heel in, all right? And then it's just the normal Ashigarami escape that we all went over yesterday. Okay. But let's say he gets it, I'm too far away, I can't reach the arm. He starts rotating me this way, all right? So we're gonna come here. Now, you wanna make sure, go back, that as we start going over, I'm already stripping this. I don't wanna get here with this still locked in. You're not getting out there, right? As soon as he gets my heel elevated and sits back with it, there's a submission there unless I get this off my hip. So as we're coming over, boom, right there. And now we're going here, now we're going here, and then we can just, okay? A mistake a lot of people make.
The window is like really short.
It's really short. All windows in these leg locks, especially heel hooks, are real short. A mistake people make is that they just start gator rolling. So if I come to here and I just try to spin and he just keeps rolling with me, we're gonna end up in the same place. So you're not gator rolling, right? You're not just spinning hoping that he'll forget about the lock, right? As we're coming up and I feel him coming to the submission, I'm getting there and then I'm activating my technical stand-up muscles, right? To get to here, and then I can either use my foot, run and man it, or just spin out, corkscrew out. Okay? So you gotta get that foot off your hip, and you gotta get your knee out of that lock. Knee towards the mat. Okay?